there's no place like home for the holidays. And no matter how far away you roam, if you pine for the sunshine of a friendly gaze, for the holidays you can.
Welcome back to Horror for the Holidays, a Christmas horror movie podcast. I'm Jay Logston.
And I'm Jeff Searcy.
Power's back on. Strangely, power came back on, and I learned today before we were recording that I'm going to need a new furnace. So power's on, heat's off.
Nice.
Luckily, it's been a pretty nice couple days here in Des Moines, so not too cold.
Yeah, actually, unseasonably warm.
Yep.
For January.
Although I think it's supposed to get cold again this weekend.
Yeah, there's going to be a cold spike and then another warm spike. You know, perfect.
Jeff, do you have gonna certainly not gonna get us sick.
No,
the constant weather changes.
No.
Jeff, do you have a good Christmas?
Oh yeah, lots of fun.
We're gonna do our annual Christmas party next week. Everyone knows and loves it.
Yes.
Because sure, Epiphany passed already, but I guess in some cultures Christmas goes until Candlemas, which is in like early February. So we're fine. We still got Christmas time. So
I don't know, Jay. We'll have to let the fan decide.
But we'll be doing our Christmas party, getting up to all sorts of Christmas themed shenanigans, talking about all sorts of Christmas stuff we got up to. But in the meantime, we're gonna talk about 2022's The Apology. Jeff, I'm sorry.
No, man. I guess.
So let's deck the halls. Released December 16th, 2022.
Where you want it. That's good.
On Shudder. Same year as The Leech and Christmas Bloody Christmas. Written and directed by Alison Starr-Locke. Anna Gunn plays Darlene Hagen, but people probably know her best as Hal's wife in Breaking Bad. Yeah. Whatever his name is in Breaking Bad. I've not seen Breaking Bad, but she's Hal's wife in Breaking Bad. Malcolm's dad's wife in Breaking Bad.
Yes.
The most important role that Bryan Cranston ever did. Malcolm's dad, Hal. Maybe the greatest character in fiction.
I mean, he's bringing it back.
Yep. We rewatched Malcolm in the Middle a couple years ago, and he is the star of that show.
I mean, yeah.
Every episode I'm just going, what's Hal doing? Like sure, like the boys are getting up to nonsense. Francis is trying to con somebody, and I don't know, Hal's out like learning to like synchronize swim, and that's Hal's C plot. And I'm just like, and it's the best part of the whole show.
I've always looked at it like Barney on How I Met Your Mother. It's like he's always the most interesting character. Yep. No one cares what Ted Mosby's up to.
Linus Roach plays Jack Kingsley. I don't know, most famous for being Bruce Wayne's dad in Batman Begins.
Yay.
And most importantly, star of the movie, Janine Garofalo, plays Gretchen Sullivan. So, Jeff, this movie's going to be a laugh a minute. Comedy legend Janine Garofalo's in it.
I mean, it looks hilarious.
Favorite Janine Garofalo role, Jeff?
I mean, that's tough. I would have to say what's yours?
Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's probably one of my favorite comedy movies.
I don't know. Her part in Titan AE was really good.
Titan AE is a solid movie.
Which I know nobody talks about at all. I don't know. She was pretty hilarious in The Cable Guy. I remember liking her part in that.
I mean, Jeff, if anyone remembers The Cable Guy,
it would be me.
It would be you. I oddly quote a scene from The Cable Guy whenever I'm like doing stretches or warming up for some kind of, and like no one ever gets it, but there's that scene where he's like, "Gotta make sure I don't pull a Hemi," and then he just starts running these like short shuttle runs just back and forth, and it's just the funniest part of the whole thing.
I mean, I'm looking at her film. She was in Ratatouille. Who was she in Ratatouille?
Voice of somebody. Was she the voice of the love interest?
Could be.
Yeah, I don't.
But no, I would say Wet Hot American Summer and Titan AE are probably the two things that I know are best for.
Wet Hot American Summer is so fucking good.
Even the the continuation series on Netflix is solid, which is surprising.
I both love that. So it's Wet Hot American Summer. Then they did the sequel series.
Yes.
And then they did the prequel series in which they would be older.
Yes.
But they are playing younger. And
Yes.
I love it. It's so fucking funny.
It's amazing.
Oh, man. Mary Lee Holland plays Sally Hogan. Esme McSherry is young Sally. Zine Lee Logan plays reporter.
Yes, reporter, of course.
Exterior shots were done in Wisconsin. Although the film, I believe the rest of the movie was filmed in like California. But I mean, it looks cold as shit.
I was gonna say, if you want good exterior winter shots, Wisconsin is a good bet.
Yep. Tagline: "Revenge is a mother," which I actually like. I think that's a solid tag, especially for this movie.
I mean, it's more exciting. The tagline is more exciting than the movie.
Ouch, that's harsh. Where to watch? Shudder. It's a Shudder. I believe it was a Shudder exclusive. It might have moved off of Shudder. I know, like Christmas Bloody Christmas was originally a Shudder exclusive, but it dropped to Netflix.
I was gonna say it's pretty much on all the streaming services now. The only place you can watch it without paying for it, other than Shudder, is AMC Plus, which fucking AMC Plus gets us again. But I just rented it on YouTube.
You could also get a DVD copy or a Blu-ray copy.
You could, yes.
Which I have right here.
He's got it. I see it. He paid for it.
Personal experience. I'd had this movie recommended to me. In 2022, somebody was like, "There's this." I was all excited for The Leech and Christmas Bloody Christmas, and somebody on TikTok was like, "You need to check out The Apology," and I finally did.
Oh yeah, I got to tell people tell the audience, Jay, for the first time about my New Year's resolution. I'm going to start being more harsh to the media I review.
All right.
Because being even-handed and compromising has got me nothing but more and more terrible movies put out by Hollywood.
Oh, well,
Jeff Searcy will return in Avengers Doomsday.
oh boy. I'm excited for this new harsher Jeff.
Yes, the new harsher, more abrasive Jeff.
Oh boy, I can't wait till our next movie when you take down that.
Oh, it's coming.
Are you ready to dive into our synopsis?
Let us do it.
All right, we get our opening credits over like a snow-covered lake and a small kind of like community on its shoreline. We get like this aerial shot, like drone footage that kind of like pans in on this community as snow flies. And there's like one house in this neighborhood that has lights on, and that's kind of the house we pull in on.
I'm guessing it's supposed to be like one of those like summer communities where most people have probably gone somewhere else for the winter, but there's still these two hanging around.
Yeah, there's like a handful of people that live there, but yeah, there's other people who like live in the city. And
yeah, because that's what it seems like, because even her house seems like a vacation home, like when your cabins by the lake style houses.
Gretchen and Darlene are in the kitchen making baked goods. Darlene is getting ready to host Christmas for the first time in 20 years. The power flickers, and Gretchen says something like, "It's my time. That's my signal to leave." As Darlene goes over to her computer and starts a video that talks about how her daughter Sally disappearance was 20 years ago, roughly 20 years ago today, or right around this time of year. We learn as Gretchen leaves that she's just Darlene's neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
We watch her get into a car, drive across the street, and then go to the house across the street.
And she's like, drive safe, like she's going to be driving a long distance or whatever. Yeah, she's literally driving like 200 feet.
That got a good chuckle out of me. I enjoyed that. That's Jeff, that if you lived across the street, that's the kind of shit I would tell you.
Have a safe drive home.
Darlene watches the video about Sally's disappearance and pours herself some vodka as the wind howls outside. We also get like a brief mention at one point between like Gretchen and Darlene, something about like, it's briefly mentioned here, but it's more expanded upon later, that Darlene has been sober for like 19 years or something.
Yes. It'll be 19 years this Christmas.
We get darkened shots of the interior of her home, decorated for Christmas, and then the camera like kind of faces the front door, and we hear a knock at the front door as the title card appears, The Apology.
Oh boy, Could this be the person making the apology?
We'll find out. It's Darlene's ex-brother-in-law, Jack.
You saying just because things didn't work out with your sister, I'm not part of the family?
I'm an ex-in-law now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how that works, yeah.
Who is going to surprise the family at Christmas, but got stranded in the snow.
In a truck
On his way to Darlene's house for Christmas to surprise the family. And Darlene's like, well, you should call my sister. But then she kind of lets him off the hook, and she's like, can wait till morning.
Yeah, whatever. You got to call her tomorrow. Seriously. And bear in mind that she should know, I got my truck stuck. It's like your friend literally just drove her Subaru through this without any trouble at all. He couldn't get through in his pickup.
Right. As they talk and reconnect, early on, we kind of get a sense that maybe Darlene and Jack had some kind of history outside of being ex-in-laws. That will be verified further later.
That night, Jay, don't you remember it?
Because there's she has glances at him and kind of fixes her hair, and you kind of get these moments, and then he gives her a Christmas present, and she's like, oh, you gave me chocolate and books. Yeah, I had to do it for everybody so they wouldn't know it was just for you. I mean,
it's obvious. I knew as soon as she pulled her robe up, closed, and tightened her belt. I'm like, yeah, they boned.
Yeah. And so, but it's kind of one of those where you're like, they don't say it right out, and then 5 minutes later, they just flat out say it. I mean,
that's the subconscious reaction that a woman has to seeing somebody she regrets sleeping with is usually covering herself up. So it's like, well, there's that.
Jack asks Darlene about what she would do if she knew who was responsible for Sally's disappearance.
Now, Jay, let's say hypothetically, I killed your daughter. What would you do to me?
What would you do to me? And basically asks if she would want revenge, and Darlene says no and partially blames herself because she was drunk, and had she been sober, she might have been able to help.
That's fair.
And she admits that she's been sober for 19 years, but she was about to get off the wagon when Jack knocked on the door. Later on, Jack makes his move and Darlene shuts him down immediately. Jack then says that there's something he has to talk to her about, and proceeds to move all the knives.
Let me
in the
put
kitchen.
all the weapons away.
And grabs her cell phone. And she rushes over to the house phone and discovers that the line has been cut. I'm sure he has nothing terrifying or something to do with he's responsible for the disappearance of her daughter.
And I'm like, how the hell did he have all this time to set all this up? Because he's blocked one of the other doors, we find out later on. He's cut the phone line.
This was all part of Jack's plan because he says Lucy's not missing. She's dead, and he knows it.
Stacy, Lucy, who is it?
Hey, listener, Editor J here. You probably noticed that I called Sally's character Lucy. I'm going to be doing that a lot this episode. Another classic instance of Jay doesn't remember the name of the characters in the movie. So anyway, whenever I say Lucy, I mean Sally. Back to the show. Darlene has a kind of a panic attack, and
I'm panicking.
Kind of scored with hallucination and of her daughter as a toddler. And then we also as she kind of comes back to, the sound of the tea that she had in the kettle steaming is kind of scores her panic. I thought that was really well done.
Hey Jay, you remember how I made sure to move all the weapons away from this lady who's going to become crazed when I tell her what I did? I'm going to give her a piping hot cup of tea.
Jeff, I'm sure that won't come back to bite you in.
I'm sure it won't.
Darlene settles down, and Jack tells her that he saw Lucy walking home from school and she seemed upset. He took her to the lake and they talked about Darlene's drinking, and Jack says she looked so much like you. Ugh. And then they started kissing.
And then they fucked.
And then Darlene throws the tea in Jack's face and tries to run.
The scalding hot tea. How did this backfire on me?
He cuts her off as she tries to get to the front door. So she runs upstairs to the bathroom and locks the door. Jack tries talking to her through the door, and eventually Darlene kind of settles down and agrees to come out, but grabs a razor out of the medicine cabinet. And I thought, oh, she put it in her pocket. That's going to come back later. No. She did not put it in her pocket.
Just holding it in her hand. Yeah. And then, of course, that's when he reveals that he's packing.
Yep. And he's got a gun.
But he's not going to use it. Except maybe on myself. Because I deserve it.
Darlene comes out. Jack pulls a gun and tells her to put down the razor so they can talk. Like I said, guess that it wasn't in her pocket. And then he talks about how smart she was the whole movie.
Yes.
Or, I don't know, you grab 2 razors, you put one in your pocket, and then you hold one, and then he thinks you don't have a weapon, and then you pull out your weapon.
That would be good, or just putting it in your pocket of your robe. You know, you could do that easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Jack babbles about how smart Darlene is, and at one point he has some line where he's like, "You're just so smart. You're just so intelligent and smart," and it's just so, and he just sounds like Tim Robinson, delivering. It was that one line delivery literally reminded me of like, do anyone of these I'm not trying to make anyone have the worst day of their life. I'm not trying to make anyone have a bad day. But do any one of these fuckers ever burst through the wall with a giant cum shot? Oh, man. Hope I don't jack out. What is this, clown pewter? What the fuck? What is this, a circle? All right, anyway. Yeah. Bozo did the dub, Jeff. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is now a Tim Robinson podcast. We're just gonna quote Tim Robinson lines, and that's gonna be the whole show.
I'd watch
it. They go and sit down, and Jack continues the story, and he implies that he raped Lucy, and she was screaming, and he snapped her neck. But like, he doesn't say it. He's just like, we kissed, and then she started screaming,
and I pushed her mouth.
And I covered her mouth with my hand, and then I snapped her neck. Jack then says he still has Lucy's French book, and that it's out in his truck. He goes to get it, and Darlene tries to run out the back door, and this is where you mentioned that he had somehow blocked the back door.
He barred it with something, but this is yet again, okay, so he makes a point of saying, I know how smart you are, all that, and he's taking all these precautions. He just, when she asks, can I see it? Yeah, I'll just get up and go get it out of my truck, sure. It's like he doesn't think anything bad might happen.
But I guess he was kind of expecting it, because when she kind of runs around looking for something, grabs like a heavy knickknack, and when she goes outside to like try to get a chance to bludgeon him, he's just standing there waiting for her.
Why give her the chance to possibly escape?
Yep. He overpowers her, and she tries to scream for help from Gretchen from across the street, but we assume because the wind is whipping that Gretchen can't hear, and Jack hauls her back inside. Jack tries to make himself the victim in the whole situation. Darlene, you got to understand where I was coming from. As I raped and murdered your daughter, you got to understand that I'm the victim here.
No, I mean, honestly, the girl is the victim of her shitty uncle and her shitty parents.
Darlene then says, now what? And Jack says they need to figure it out together. But first, Darlene needs to change because her pajamas are soaking wet because she ran outside in pajamas and socks to try and attack him in the snow.
Yes.
As Darlene is changing, the power cuts out, and she grabs, as it does, she grabs a picture off the dresser, a picture of Lucy, and smashes him over the head with it.
Yet again. It's like he's not on guard for her to try something.
And then Darlene is able to grab Jack's gun, and the gun fires, and I think in that moment you're kind of like, okay, who got shot? No one got shot in this moment.
The ceiling got shot.
Yep. But now Darlene's in charge.
Oh, boy.
She leads him down to her office in the basement where there's a bunch of the missing posters on the wall and stuff like that, and she has all of a bunch of the belongings still.
We call that in the biz the true crime shrine. Jay.
And she zip ties Jack to a chair. And she kind of keeps showing him all of this stuff and all the things she kept, a boombox with a recording of her singing on it and stuff like that. And it's the only tape, so it's this is basically the last memory of her voice that I have, kind of thing.
Typical parent. She was such a good, talented singer. Plays the tape, garbage.
And she also talks about how Jack was a church-going family man and who had done these terrible things. So no one suspected him because he was this pillar of the community. Darlene talks about how Jack is blaming everyone but himself. And we cut to Gretchen, who is outside walking her dog, trying to get it to go to the bathroom because fucking dogs, when it's a blizzard outside, they don't want to poop and pee.
Nah, Jay, that never happens.
And Gretchen kind of hears the gunshot like muffled through the snow. Darlene has shot Jack in the leg, and in this like manic moment, she laughs and says, "Oh my God, I just shot you," which I just thought she delivers the line so well.
I want to note too, before all this happens, she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was lying about not wanting to take revenge on you. I'm totally going to take revenge on you."
Gretchen tries calling and realizes she calls Darlene's cell phone. Darlene doesn't answer. She then tries calling Darlene's home phone, and it's disconnected.
Oh boy.
Darlene realizes that Jack wants her to shoot him, and Darlene's not going to give him the satisfaction. So Jack's just able to break out of the zip tie restraints.
If you're trained on how to do it, I don't know how he would be, but you can do that. But
I thought maybe they do a thing where like you saw that he still had the razor, so he was like sawing at the side.
No, they never do any of that. And yes, that him being able to break out of the wrist ones I could buy, but the feet ones that quickly, no, that's not how that works.
He grabs the gun, but Darlene's able to run upstairs, and she hides in Lucy's room.
But I don't know why she's hiding, because he's already said that he wants her to kill him.
Well, Jeff, the reason she's hiding is because Jack starts yelling that he's going to kill her and everyone's going to think it's suicide, and she did it to herself.
Except all she has to do is say, "Yeah, I'll kill you," and then he would let her.
Right.
Because he's like, "I'll give you back the gun and we can be done with this."
Jack burns Lucy's French book in the fireplace. And I don't know. I thought this would be a bigger deal. It was not.
It's not. It doesn't matter at all.
Jack goes into Lucy's room. Darlene attacks him with like a hockey stick, and she briefly like overpowers him. That he gets the upper hand and starts to strangle her on Lucy's bed, screaming, "Why are you making me do this?" Which it's then very reminiscent to.
It's supposed to be reminiscent of what he did to the daughter, we're guessing.
Yep.
But it's like, yet again, how does he keep getting himself in these? This is like the fourth time he's lost control of his gun and been in a fist fight. I don't think he's very good at this.
Jack's very incompetent. Darlene scratches the burns and then hits him in the side of the head with a table side lamp.
Yeah.
And then starts tying him to Lucy's bed. He has a hand free and he's about to grab her when Gretchen runs in and smashes his hand with something heavy, breaking his hand. And then they both tie him up. But Darlene realizes that if he was able to break through the zip tie restraints, I guess he could potentially break through these restraints. So she goes to get something stronger to tie him with. And sure enough, he breaks out of those restraints.
Oh my God, he breaks right out of them. It's crazy. And at this point, you're Janine Garofalo. You have a working cell phone. I would be calling the cops at this point.
I also love, there's a great line. I have it in quotes where he's like, "You know how to use that gun?" And Darlene and Gretchen's like, "Yep." And he's like, "Do you know where the safety is?" And she clicks it. Yep.
Except revolvers don't have a safety. So there's that.
But so Jack overpowers Gretchen. He's about to shoot her when Darlene hits him down the stairs with the hockey stick from earlier. Jack lays at the bottom of the stairs motionless as the ladies make their way towards him. And at this point, like, Gretchen wants to call the police, but Darlene wants more information about what happened. They tie him to the bed and make him tell exactly what happened. Jack starts to confess everything, and Jack confesses to burying her at the spot where it happened. Darlene says, "I'll take my apology now," and he makes him apologize for everything. And Darlene then like stands in front of him holding the gun like she's gonna shoot him. And she fires 2 shots, and then we cut back and Jack's fine, and she like fired above his head. And
no one was standing outside to get hit by those bullets.
A completely different movie where someone just got murdered.
Somebody's out walking their dog. Oh.
and you know, so like he thought he was gonna be absolved of what he did, and he had even had her like turn off her phone so she couldn't record it. Oh, you're gonna turn me into the police. And then she walks over to the boombox that had the recording on it.
And I was like, I would not be using that, especially with how unreliable tapes are. I would have been like, okay, I'll make a big show of turning off my phone. Gretchen, you record on your phone.
That's what I thought was going to happen. But
we've
I
established that Jack is a dumbass. So.
I did like the symbolic nature of like, I'm recording over my daughter's my last moments of my daughter talking, so I can turn her killer in. I liked the symbolism in that. The sun starts to rise and the storm has stopped, and we hear the song that the daughter was singing from earlier as sirens approach, and Darlene and Gretchen talk about talk about everything that happened, and they kind of have this moment together, and then Darlene starts to cry and she says, "That girl, I was so lucky." Credits roll as Old Lang Syne plays. 0 out of 10, that's a New Year's song. This is a Christmas movie.
It's not even a particularly good version of the song either.
End of movie.
And I gotta say, before we move on, we're getting real fucking loose with the definition of a horror movie here. This is not a horror movie. This is like a thriller at best.
I guess thrillers can kind of be horror movie. Thrillers can certainly have horror elements to them.
I was gonna say this is pretty light even on that. I'm like, this. Are we sure this belongs in this category?
I mean, I guess I don't know where else you would put it.
I mean, it's just be an action. Action thriller.
That's the thing. I don't think it's an action movie.
I mean,
there's not enough action.
They
in the
shoot
movie.
it like an action movie. They literally every 5 minutes instead of just have. The reason they have to do that is because if they just had the conversation that the movie's based on, it would be like 20 minutes. But they have to have her attempt to escape 50 times in implausible ways. Lengthen things out.
I mean, she doesn't escape in any plausible way.
He lets her go run outside, which is a huge risk. Basically, his entire plan revolves around him being lucky. One, he shows up here with no way of knowing she's going to be by herself. It's statistically unlikely she would be by herself at Christmas time. And then he proceeds to let her run around the entire place. And at one point, she's literally out of his sight, escaped twice, and he just happens to be where she decides to run away to next.
I guess I can't picture these moments. The
moment where
she runs outside and he's right there waiting for her.
Or when she throws the tea in his face, which he gave to her, by the way, after he'd already...
like I said, that was stupid.
And she runs into the bathroom. And unless you're going to say he blocked the window, too, because he knew she would try that because she's so
she couldn't
smart.
get out the window. We saw her.
Or when she shot him in the foot, which apparently he didn't plan for that. She could have just left instead of going upstairs to hide.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was... I agree with you on that. He did plan for her trying to escape. That's why he was waiting for her when she ran out the front door.
I don't think he was waiting for her. I think he was just going to his truck, and then he turned around and saw she was running out.
No, she runs out the front door, and he's literally staring right at her as she runs out the front door.
She's making a shitload of noise when she does that.
Right, so he knew he was planning on her doing that.
I don't think he was. I think he just got lucky that he was walking to his truck, and he hadn't got that far yet.
But he had already come back from his truck. That's why he was standing there.
Oh,
because he already had the book.
Then he wasn't planning on it. He went all the way to his truck.
Yeah,
that's even worse.
Yeah, so she turned around, came back, and
he had no way of knowing she wouldn't escape between him going to his truck to get the book and coming back.
I mean, she tried to escape out the back door. It was barred. She runs out the front door, and he's right there.
I'm saying she grabbed the thing and ran out the front door. He had no way of knowing he would be back in time to stop her.
Right, but he knew she would go to the back door first, which she did.
And that takes 2 seconds, and then she ran to the front door.
And then he was there.
So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll definitely have time to trudge through the snow to my truck, get the book,
Jeff.
Come back."
If you're gonna nitpick the stupidity was her not realizing apparently the truck's a lot closer.
No, the stupidity was him ever letting her out of his sight in the first place.
What I'm saying is the stupidity is her being like, well, because if the truck's that close, oh, my truck got stuck. Well, clearly it didn't. Clearly it's right in her driveway.
He can't be that close, though, because when she opens the door, if it was that close, she would have seen it. And she would have been like, why are you saying your truck is stuck? It's right there.
No, I agree.
So that still makes no sense. The movie still is dumb.
So where did he put his truck? Yes, I agree. But I'm like, he
never left the house to move it. So it couldn't. So he would have had to say, okay,
but if it was 2 seconds, he was literally in the driveway. Like,
I'm going to have to go get the book, and that will give you time to run around the house, figure out the back door is blocked somehow. Apparently, I did that so stealthily, no one realized. And then I'm going to have time.
I assume he was like casing the joint before she.
And they never. Her and her friend were in there looking out the window.
Oh, and then she went upstairs and got drunk, or it started to get drunk.
She never got drunk, though. She didn't even have time to take a sip of her drink before he showed up.
She also watched a whole news clip on her laptop.
He did all these preparations in the time it took her to watch a clip on the news in the middle of a blizzard.
Jeff, once again, what I would have done is I would have done things where you kind of see the shadow walking around the house doing things.
I would have just had him be competent and not allow her to escape in the first place. If that's his goal, then going out to his truck to get a book for her because she asked for it makes absolutely no sense.
That's fair. Like, yeah, he could have just brought it in with him. It negates this whole conversation.
It's like the only reason the movie continues this long is because he keeps making dumb choices.
We already said earlier on, Jack's an idiot.
But he's like, but I planned for her being super smart. But you didn't at all.
No, like I said, he's dumb as shit. Like, I agree with you that he's dumb as fuck.
I'd say there's like a million plot holes in this movie that would have ended it immediately. He has to rely on insane luck.
Jeff, are you a big Cinema Sins fan? Is that what I'm getting? You keep. This is like the third or fourth movie in a row. You keep bringing up plot holes. And I'm like, this sounds like a Cinema Sins thing.
These are like blatant, huge plot holes, though. Like his entire plan, it's like the ATM guy. His entire plan revolves around luck.
But what I would say, an ATM's different. What I would say for this one is she wants answers.
She does.
So she's not. So like she wants to escape, but she grabs the thing. She wants to attack him. She wants to overpower him when she runs out the front door.
And she does overpower him at one point, and she still doesn't get the answers she's asking for.
That's why she keeps trying to tie him up.
That still doesn't make any sense.
How? I don't understand how that doesn't make sense.
So she wants answers. You know how you would get answers? You call the police and have him interrogated, and then when he confesses, you get your answers.
Like you said off air. You said off air. The movie you would want would be she calls the police and then he says, "No, this crazy lady did all this stuff."
And
that would have been a different movie. She knew the police probably wouldn't believe her unless she had it recorded or something.
The only way, one, he brought the notebook, which the only way he would have that is if he did have some association with this crime.
But then he could also just say, "Oh, she pulled that out of the basement. She had all the stuff."
And then but now we're going into implausible scenarios with that. If a woman said, a random guy showed up to my house and threatened me, he's carrying a gun, I need help, the police would have come and arrested him.
I agree with that.
Yes. And then she could have figured it out from there instead of she risked basically getting no answers at all.
But then she's not gonna I think if she calls the cops and says a crazy guy's here with a gun, come arrest him, she's not going to get her answers anyway, because then he's going to be like, cool, I'm not going to tell you anything else.
She doesn't get any more answers than he told her at the very beginning, though, through the entire movie. He's like, yeah, I murdered your daughter. And then at the end, yeah, he murdered the daughter.
But she wants him to confess, like, what he did.
He did. He confessed at the very beginning. He's like, I broke your daughter's neck.
But he doesn't confess, because he even goes on to say, I had sex with your 16-year-old daughter. No, you raped my 16-year-old daughter.
I mean, yes, that's true, but the end goal is he murdered her. And that's what she wanted to know.
And she has it on tape.
And she's not coming back. And it's like, at this point, he's got away with it for 19 years. So, okay, she has it on tape, and we'll say that is admissible in court. What's going to happen then?
All right, I assume he's going
to go to jail for unless he just kills himself. Like he wanted to do in the first place.
He needs to be put on. He might Epstein himself.
He got away with it.
So
basically the movie is a guy has a guilty conscience after 20 years and he comes to confess, except he doesn't really want to confess. He wants to be killed by the person he has a guilty conscience for some reason. And he thinks he's going to rekindle a romance with this woman.
No, his motives are really weird. I agree. Once again, I agree with you.
And her motives are really weird. I want answers about my daughters. Where is she? What happened to her? I killed her. But why did you kill her? Because I was afraid she was going to tell people that I had sex with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's the whole thing.
He doesn't admit to the raping the daughter until he's tied to the bed.
I mean, he basically admits to it.
I agree. He basically admits to it, but
I mean, I guess if you want to hear him say, "Yes, I raped your daughter," I don't know what that does for you, but okay.
She got it recorded.
Yes, but the recording doesn't matter. And that's not admissible in court. I mean, you could say this is evidence for them to charge him with the crime or whatever, but they're not going to be able to use that to convict him.
That's neither here nor there. She needed some kind of closure. Like, it is a mother who wants the answer, and if he dies, he gets off. If he goes to prison,
he doesn't though. If he dies, he's dead. You would get revenge for your daughter by killing him.
I think it's two different ways to look at it. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of times death is too easy an answer. Like,
I mean, he was basically tied up by you and tortured.
That's the thing. What I wanted her to keep him in her basement and continue to torture him.
I was going to say
that's the movie. That's the direction I would have gone.
That would have been more interesting if she had done that. Like if the movie had ended with him tied up down there, you think,
and then you pan up, and there's a Christmas party going on, and he's screaming for help,
and he's like down in the basement, still tied up or gagged or whatever, and he can't make any noise.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I would have done, and like
would have been way more interesting.
As a parent, that's what I would do. But I also understand now. No, death is too good a thing for you. I want you to I want your reputation ruined. I want you punished.
I mean, at this point, he's been gone from this area for 20 years. So what reputation does he really have to lose? His wife already hates him. His kids already hate him. I mean, I don't see the point of keeping him alive at the end, I guess. But the movie as it stands, the motivations of these people just don't make any sense. I mean, you might be able to argue her motivation is some kind of closure, but it's like, and I mean, at the beginning, he is kind of right when he's like, "Are you really that naive?" Or I think he says to her about her daughter still being out there. I'm like, this is a woman who has been looking for her daughter for 19 years and is still hoping she's going to walk through the door. I mean, I get that deep down as a parent or whatever, you would always hope that your daughter's out there alive somewhere, but you got to know that she's probably dead.
Oh no, I agree. But I mean, you and I are not parents with missing children. There's that lady on the north side, east side, who had the thing about her missing sister up until the day she died.
Well, I mean,
in her front yard, hoping.
I mean, you could still hope, but I mean, at some point you have to acknowledge she's probably dead.
I agree. That's how I think you and I would look at it. But clearly, there are people in the world who grieve differently or who hold out hope. I think Johnny Gotch's mom, held out hope till the day she died that her son would come back.
I mean, that's great that you hold out hope, but I mean, to do all this in service of, I mean, once you figured out that she was 100% confirmed that her daughter is dead, this guy's like, yeah, I murdered her. It's like, at that point, I would just be like, okay, well, now that she's dead, I can just shoot you, which he asked her to do multiple times. Because I'm sorry, I don't buy it. Oh yes, it would be more punishing for him to stay alive. No, it'd be more punishing for him to be dead.
I don't know. Like I said, if I were in that, as a parent, if I were in that situation, I would want the person
I mean, you're gonna weigh the fact that he could get off for this. He may not even go to jail.
And then you get a sequel where she goes and kills him.
It's like, oh boy, I wish when he had handed me that gun and told me to kill him, I would have done it. After I figured out what happened to my daughter.
I don't know. I think people react to things in different ways. I relate more with her and what she does than necessarily maybe killing the guy.
I mean, I don't see what she accomplished, though, is the thing I don't understand. Yes, she got him to confess that he did it, but I mean, he did that at the beginning of the movie.
I guess also she's not better than him. Like, he killed someone. She is better than him. She didn't kill him.
I suppose she tied a man up and tortured him in her basement. But I mean, yeah, she didn't kill him. That's true.
Anyway, Christmas carols, favorite quotes. Jeff, we haven't gotten this punchy with each other since a creature was stirring, and that was off the air.
God, that creature was stirring.
Hey, that movie's going to come back. We're going to talk about that here when we get to Naughty List.
This is the new year of the contentious, Jeff.
I don't like contentious, Jeff. I don't like cinema sins, Jeff.
I'm just, the ones in this movie, I try to be charitable to movies, but especially like a cool line I know you're going to bring up is the Gretchen line about the revolver. He's like, do you know where the safety is? But revolvers don't have safeties.
That's fair. I didn't know that because I don't own one.
Apparently the writer didn't either, Jay.
You got to be joking. It's cake and kids. The messier, the better. Gretchen. There's a lot of Janine Garofalo lines because
I was gonna say she has the most interesting lines for sure.
First time hosting Christmas in 20 years. Gee, why would that be hard, Gretchen?
I got a Jack one. So, if you ever found out who did this to your daughter, would you want revenge?
Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Basically, yeah. If I killed your daughter, would you be mad? Or could we still get together?
That was the thing. It was even at that moment, I was like, okay, I know where this movie's going. It's pretty naked what's happening. When I had first read the synopsis, I thought the whole thing was going to hinge on
the mystery of it.
On the mystery of who, and that he knows who did it. And maybe even, I thought like, oh, because it's the ex-brother-in-law, he knows that the sister did it.
And that would have been more interesting, even because when he's like, I have something I have to tell you, he could have been like, I know that your sister murdered your daughter. Or something like that.
Like I thought there was going to be something with that, but I'm like, well, the cast isn't big enough for that. And Janine Garofalo already left, and she's the neighbor.
Oh my god, if Janine Garofalo turned out to have murdered her daughter accidentally or something, that would have been amazing.
That's kind of if Janine Garofalo hadn't been the best friend and had instead been the sister, I would have been like, yeah, let's do it. Like,
or even the neighbor, been like, oh yes, we've been neighbors for like 20 years or whatever. And then like maybe
one night I got drunk and I hit your daughter with a car.
Exactly. It's like they could have bonded over the fact that they were both alcoholics or whatever, and they've gotten really close. And then at night they get drunk again or whatever, like she was planning on. Then she confesses, oh yeah, by the way, I ran your daughter over and hit her body. That could have been interesting.
Sorry, phone locked. Got to pull up more quotes. This is 20 months since the anniversary of Sally's disappearance. That's a reporter. And then Gretchen goes, why do they call it an anniversary like it's something to celebrate? Which I think is a very good way to look at it.
That's a fair point. I'll give her that. That doesn't seem like an anniversary.
No offense, Jack, but fuck you, Darlene.
Jack, you don't look like someone who's at peace. Well, gee, no shit. Score another point for Jack.
When at one point Darlene leaves the basement and then comes back down, and like Jack starts screaming like, I'm having a panic attack. I suffer from there's something you need to know. I suffer from panic attacks.
Yes.
And Darlene then just comes right back down the stairs and she's like, it's not fun to scream and not be heard, is it?
See, I thought a really good thing to do at that scene would have been, because she doesn't even make him wait that long. I thought what was coming down the stairs would be like the murdered, like a hallucination panic attack of her daughter.
Which
like
that could have been
like
interesting.
In a murdered state or whatever. Like, why did you do this to me? And then he could be like, oh God, help me.
But, while tying Jack to the bed. Oh, by the way, Gretchen, this is Jack. Jack, Gretchen. Which I just said so nonchalantly as they're tying the man who murdered her daughter to her bed.
Oh, Jack, I don't get invited to many Christmas parties.
You know, I wonder why, you fucking creep.
Shit.
You fucking dumb piece of shit.
Oh, Darlene did have one line I liked, where she was like, you don't ever get over it or whatever, you just get quieter. I thought that was a good way to sum up grief.
She has a lot of there's a lot of like good lines about grief. I think the deliveries are really, really good.
I was gonna say basically the performances are like a fucking power lifter in this movie trying to lift up a script that was like written on the back of a cereal box.
And then just because you're scary doesn't mean I'm not gonna shoot you, Gretchen. Oh yeah, where's the safety? Safety clicks right here, asshole.
No, see, it would have been better if she'd been like, revolvers don't have a safety, dumbass.
Or have a gun that has a safety.
Or just have a gun that has a safety, yeah. But no, that could have been a cool line if she'd been like, revolvers don't have a safety, dumbass, like she knows about guns.
Also, how many shots are fired? Because it's a revolver, so it has six
shots, yes.
How many shots are fired?
I think...
At least 4.
I was going to say, so one goes into the ceiling, one goes into Jack...
2 get shot
into the wall, and I think
he shoots the lock of the door out.
So that's 5. I only count 5, but she says they're out of bullets.
There might be another one.
I can't think of what the 6th one would be. But of course, she could have just been lying.
Yep. Oh, that would have been great too. Sorry, out of bullets, and then he gets all sad, and then bam.
Yes. See, I'm glad you confessed. Now that I have it on tape, bam.
One in the chamber, bam.
I mean, honestly, I think she might have done it if her friend hadn't been there. because she's not wanting her to do
yeah,
it.
Gretchen is the kind of serves as like a voice of reason. Damn it, Janine Garofalo.
Which I don't know. I would say the voice of reason is the voice in her head saying murder this scumbag and be done with it. Because it's like if I was the parent of a murdered child and you had put the guy in front of me who's wanting to be killed anyway, and there's even the slightest chance he could possibly get off for this crime, I would just kill him. And it's like he's already broke into your house and held you hostage. You have perfect justification to murder him at this point.
Now, see, like in that situation, I agree with you.
Yes, it's
like if it's just like, oh, the person who did it confessed to me.
No, like if if I had a meeting with somebody and they're like, 20 years ago I accidentally murdered your daughter or whatever, I wouldn't like whip out a gun and kill him at that point. But no, if a guy had broken into my house, held me hostage, begged me to kill him, confessed to the crime, I would have been like, all right, fine.
Or like if she'd had a line where like death is too good for you.
Yeah, something like that would have been good. Yeah, if she's got like some objection to it that way, like I don't want to let you off that easy or whatever.
Or like I said, the Christmas party's going on, his whole family's there, and then he's down in the basement screaming as she like just, be back 1 second. She goes down and tortures him again or something.
Honestly, that would have been cool. Or even like a Coco moment where it's like he's confessing to it or whatever, but it's like playing on a speaker up at the party or something.
Oh,
like,
that would have been great.
I'm sorry for raping and murdering your daughter or whatever, and everybody hears it.
I remember. I think it's a famous tweet. And there was a guy who was like, I went to the bathroom to crank one off. And he's like, and I was trying to figure out why the sound sounded so muted. And then I realized that my phone was connected to the Bluetooth speaker in the living room.
That would have been good. Her phone, yeah, she pretends to shut her phone off, but she set it on Bluetooth for the Amazon Echo.
Christmas wrapping, sets, costumes, etc.
I thought the set was okay.
Solid set. I think it felt like kind of like a Beaverdale brick. Over
kind of,
like a very small. The house felt claustrophobic.
Yes,
and that really like
appropriate
I think
for a lake house.
Then played with kind of everything else that was going on, especially like the people who live there, not like the rich people who are coming into town to visit.
Yeah, I thought the Christmas decorations were pretty solid.
Looked snowy and cold.
Yes.
Felt snowy and cold. This is the first time in 3 movies where
it's actually felt like winter.
It's both looked like winter and felt like winter, not one or the other.
Well, like the sound, I know that the actual house they filmed in wasn't in Wisconsin, but they did a good job of simulating it through like the soundstage work of it seeming like there's a blizzard going on outside.
There's constantly wind whipping. You hear the howling of the wind.
You hear like it's like a tree branch knocking against the roof. Or whatever.
I think even on like the window, like you'll get like scenes where it's looking out the window and you can both see frost on the window. And they did a good job, even though I'm sure it's CGI snow. It looks like it's snowing outside.
I think frosting the glass to make it look frosted helped hide the CGI and made it look better. But they did like a solid job of making it seem like it was actually Christmas in Wisconsin.
Which, someday we'll get to the 2012 remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, just titled Silent Night.
Oh boy.
Takes place in Wisconsin. Jeff, everything's green.
Yeah, like it would be at Christmas,
like it would be at Christmas in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
All three lead actors. I mean, they're all celebrated like great actors. They all do a great fucking job. Like,
yeah, like I said, I don't think they have much of a script to work with, but they act the hell out of it as best as they can.
Christmas spirit. How Christmassy is the movie? How Christmassy are the kills?
Well, there are no kills except for one in a flashback from 20 years ago. So,
you don't even actually see that.
You just see the hint of that.
Which to that, it's like even the violence wasn't Christmassy because for Krampus we kind of said like the violence.
Let's say this is more like a drama than like a horror movie. There isn't like any explicit violence. You don't even really see his leg wound.
If she had like, I think the only thing that could have made like the violence Christmassy is when she's looking for something to tie him up with
Christmas lights.
Yeah. But then the power's out, so they wouldn't even be turned on. Or 2, if she plugged them in, what would then be the point? What would the point be of tying them up with Christmas lights that are plugged in be?
And as far as like Christmas being in the plot, it's like this would be one of the worst times to do something like this. It's like, oh yes, I want to make sure we're alone so I can do my creepy hostage confession. Let's go to the house at one of the times of year where people are sure to drop by.
No one else is going to drop by like I just did.
No way.
I would say like it felt like Midwest grandma Christmas,
Yeah.
which I guess she would kind of be a Midwest grandma.
I suppose by that point, yeah.
Like I was sitting there and I'm like, she's got like a tree. She's got a couple lights around her doorway, just a little bit, and then she's got like that little ceramic tree and like some decorations on her mantle.
The snowman. Yeah.
And I'm like, and that's kind of all she has. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I feel like my grandma decorated like that for Christmas.
That's the way you decorate for Christmas when your heart's really not in it anymore, and you're just like, well, I got to put something up for the grandkids. I guess her nieces at this point.
Yep. But yeah, that was one of those where I'm like. It doesn't feel like Christmas, but it feels like I said, like it feels like the way your grandma decorates for Christmas.
As I say, it feels like winter, but yeah, I wouldn't say it really feels like Christmas.
All right, broken bulb, brilliant bulb. One thing you want to fix, one thing you want to praise.
Well, I found, as we talked about, Contentious Jeff found a lot of things to hate about this movie. No, I don't really hate it, but it's not so much, honestly, of all the problems with the writing that I have, the one problem I would fix would be to make Jack smarter. Jack acts like a complete dumbass.
Oh, he's dumb as shit
throughout the entire movie, even though he's like, yeah, I know, I really got to be on my toes because you're so smart, proceeds to act like an imbecile for the entire movie. And it's like, it would have been a lot more tense, I think, if he had been like one step ahead of her, prepared for everything all the time. You know, she tries anything, he's like,
and he like halfway is, and then sometimes he isn't.
It's like he's kind of prepared for some of the stuff, but then it's like he has to get insanely lucky for some of the stuff to be pulled off. Like it's like he's got no way of, if he had misjudged her, like from the interview he saw on TV, which apparently triggered all this. He's like, if he had misjudged her, and it's like, what if he had just showed up and she had taken the first opportunity to duck out and call the cops, like run over to her friend's house, which is not that far away, and call the cops.
I was thinking about that too. I'm like, what if there was a scene where like when she has him tied up, or he's kind of like he's trapped in the basement
when he's been shot,
and she runs out the front door, and then she like has this moment where like you kind of see her like stop and think to herself like, but I need answers, or like
that would have been good to throw something like that in there. That would have helped explain this not happening. Because after she's got him tied up in the basement, I could say she's trying to get answers. But after the point where she shoots him and he's like partially immobilized, just run out the front door, go across the street to your friend's house.
I think my fix, jokingly, more Janine Garofalo.
Yeah, that would have helped. That would have helped.
In fact, remove the other two. Set it in a summer camp. Janine Garofalo, David Hyde Pierce, Paul Rudd, Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black, H. John Benjamin, David Wayne.
Jay, you're making another movie. Wet Hot American Summer.
I keep doing that. But if I'm being honest, I think this would be really, really good as a stage play.
That's honestly what it felt like more than a movie.
It felt like it. Yeah, like that. I was sitting there as I was watching it. I'm like, would this would this just be cooler as a stage play? Like
it would be, because then you would be able to cut out all the unnecessary action sequences, and then Jack proceeding to sit down and go, all right, we gotta chill out.
I mean, you and I could certainly relate. So, Jeff, I've never seen myself more in a scene.
No, it's like this is exactly why. It's like if I was planning on doing something like this, I would not put myself in the opportunity where my fat ass has to run around the house trying to stop a woman from escaping.
Brilliant bulb thing you want to praise.
I wanted to praise especially, I mean, I liked all the performances, but I thought Darlene's performance was really solid. She really sells the distressed mom of a missing/murdered girl really well.
There's that really good the manic laugh she has.
The flip-flopping back and forth, because you could see her especially in the basement torture scene, you could see her getting sentimental and reliving the good memories of her daughter, singing and that kind of stuff, and then she suddenly flips into anger or whatever. It's like, you took it all away. It's like, that seemed very believable.
Yeah, no, she does a great they all do a great job.
I wanted to highlight her specifically.
I love the way this movie is shot. I love the framing with the a lot of scenes are like framed in doorways, or like they frame with the hallway. There's the scene where like there's a lot of focus on doors. I think there's at least like 3 different shots that are kind of like door kind of oriented. I think it's in the basement. There's a scene where like Jack's tied up and she's got like all the boxes with all the shit, and there's kind of like a pillar in the middle of the room, and it's almost like and it's shot on the other side of the pillar. So like Jack's over here and she's over here, and it's almost like they're in 2 different areas. Like they're not talking to each other.
They're talking past each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think there are just so many interesting shots in this movie.
The cinematography was great. And I think it would have been much better served in a movie that had cut out all these weird sequences where people get up and run around the house and wave a gun around. It's like, I didn't feel like any of that was necessary. They could have just been having this discussion or whatever. I mean, obviously she's going to get upset, but it could have been like, because it's like, oh, well, we have to get her to the basement where she can show him the stuff that she has. It's like, why not just be like, hey, I got something I need to show you downstairs.
I do like, I agree. Like, I think it could have been interesting. Yes. Without like some of that stuff, have it be like a quieter movie, which is kind of what I thought we were getting. And then you have the big gunshot.
Maybe you could do that at the end. Yeah. Had these action sequences stripped out of it. And
like save them to the end.
Been more of like a Leech style movie where the big action happens at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you there. Like it.
If they want to have a chase scene around the house with the gun and stuff and him getting shot, that should have been like the 3rd act thing.
Yeah. Final rating. Every episode of Horror for the Holidays, we rate our movie on one of 3 categories. Is it hilarious? Is it seasonally scary? I about said seasonally spooky. That's for a different time.
That's a whole different franchise.
Or is it you'll be sorry? Jeff, final rating.
Final rating. Difficult to be sure. I don't know. I didn't really care for the movie, but if I was rating it for our audience / a general audience, I would say probably hilarious for me. I wouldn't say it rises to the level of like a really, really good movie, but the performances in it, I think, make it worth watching at least once. And then you gotta judge for yourself from there. It's not a movie I'll be rewatching probably, but I mean, you may like it.
I went seasonally scary. As a parent, this subject matter is kind of one of the things I'm most scared of. It's something happening to my kids, something happening to me, so my kids are left alone, and spiders. Those are the 3 things that I'm most scared of as a parent.
I also feel like the movie kind of lets our main character Darlene off the hook a lot for being an alcoholic absentee mom that put her daughter in this position in the first place.
That does kind of get brushed. I agree with you. That does kind of get brushed under the rug. You hear a lot about like those good for her horror movies. You know what I'm talking about? Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Midsommar. And I think this at least deserves to be in that conversation. Certainly, I like it's one of those where you're like, you know what? Like, good for her. Like she fucking did it. Like took 20 years, but she fucking did it. But yeah, it was one of those that like resonated with me on more than a personal level, but I can also kind of agree with you that like might not be for everybody, might not be everybody's cup of tea. But Jeff, we're getting close for Christmas.
Oh no.
Maybe we're wrong.
We're gonna have to read internet reviews, aren't we, Jeff?
Oh, we're starting off with the newspaper of merit. The old gray lady herself, the New York Times.
Oh, yeah. Nothing tarnishing that rag.
As Jeanette Katsolis wrote, a play-like trudge through seesawing power dynamics, bursts of violence, perpetual gloom, and a ludicrously attenuated finale. The apology could have doubled its tension by having its runtime, which I think is kind of what you said.
That's pretty fair.
When the resolution of a movie depends in part on a fortuitously constipated dog, the only apology required is from whoever convinced you to watch it in the first place. Lady, you clearly don't have a dog, because those assholes
I mean, that is, yes, a dog will do that to you. But, I mean, I do see her point that, yes, if the dog had just went out and gone to the bathroom, then, yeah, Janine Garofalo never would have came over.
True.
Which, it's just piling on to Jack's, like, century run of bad luck at this point.
That's the thing. Like, could you have found, like, another reason for her to go out?
Yes.
Like, I'm sure you could have. Like, maybe her car doesn't start, and she's like, well, I guess I have to walk home.
Or, I mean...
And then she realizes, oh, I have to go back and get something something.
They did the perfect setup at the beginning. She's helping prepare for the Christmas party. Then he shows up, and then you could have just had her show up, like, knocking on the door, like, oh, my God, I forgot. You know, we had to take these cookies back over.
I forgot the XYZ, yeah.
Yes, and then it's like, what's going on?
Or as she's walking across the street, she hears the gunshot.
Yes, that could have been good. Or even he answers the door and he's like, you know, she can't come to the door right now or something like that. And then she's like, okay, you know, let her know that I stopped by. And then she goes back to the house and calls the cops.
Yep. But I was waiting. What's the Jordan Peele movie?
Which one?
Get Out.
Get Out.
Where Little Rel, I think it's Little Rel, just shows up at the end and saves the day. Yeah. I was kind of expecting Janine Garofalo, like, it to literally be the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then here comes Janine Garofalo to save the day.
I mean, if she had, like, busted through the front, because, I mean, they are out in the woods. If she'd, like, busted through the front door with a shotgun and been like, I heard a gunshot, are you okay?
Blows him away.
Yeah.
He has to pick the buckshot out of his ass.
Oh, well, he got his wish. He got his head blown off, but not by Darlene.
But no, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for something like...
I agree. That would have been cool to have that.
But I just thought it was funny to be... And I'm like, lady, do you not know? Do you not know that dogs will absolutely...
I mean, yes, like I said, but yes, I mean, I could see her point that it is hinging on a coincidence happening.
But yeah, it could have been any number of other things. But yeah, as I read that, I'm like, do you not have a dog?
I was gonna say that seems like a weird thing to pick out. Yeah, the dog.
All right. Well, I got a couple more.
Oh, do I have things, Jay? Weaponized grief and nothing else. The apology mistakes trauma for substance. It believes that invoking grief, particularly parental grief, automatically grants it emotional legitimacy. It does not. The film uses tragedy as a blunt instrument, constantly reminding the audience that something terrible happened without ever exploring its psychological consequences in any meaningful way. Instead of digging into guilt, responsibility, especially on the mother's part, or moral ambiguity, it relies on shallow symbolism and overwrought pauses. Every silence feels calculated, every tear feels staged. What's worse, the film seems actively afraid of its own premise. It constantly hints at rage, vengeance, and moral reckoning, but pulls back every time things threaten to become uncomfortable. When it finally commits to violence, it's handled so mechanically that it borders on parody, like the movie suddenly remembered it was supposed to be a thriller at random intervals throughout the runtime. Rather than interrogating justice or forgiveness, the apology simply gestures at them and moves on, satisfied with the implication that it definitely said something important. It did not.
Mine is I don't know, way less purple prose. 1 out of 10, don't bother.
Well, there we go. That's the kind of horror for the holidays reviews we're looking for.
The movie had so much potential.
I mean, it did.
It had a good plot and really started off amazing. The whole plot of the movie is this woman's missing daughter. Missing is the key word here. This man comes and is telling her the whole confession, and there is a lot of action and had me really going.
Okay.
This is 1 out of 10. So far, you'd think, man, this guy loved this movie.
Had me really going.
You go through this whole movie with this lady wanting to know what happened to her daughter. Finally is getting the answers, and then the movie just goes to poop. Thanks. Let me tell you, she never finds where her kid is. Well, I mean, I think we could probably assume that with all the information they have, she could probably find where her kid is. Also, her kid is dead. It's not missing.
I mean, I did find that interesting, though, that she never got a specific location from him. I was like, I would want to know.
Yes. That she never gets a confession, but that's it. But she does get a confession. Never even asks where the body is, which, yes, I agree. But, like, so disappointed. Just know, I don't know why you gave that a 1 out of 10.
Yeah,
it seemed like you really enjoyed it.
That sounds more like a 2 or 3 out of 10.
I'd say maybe even like a 5. Like, pretty good. Didn't stick to the landing.
If you enjoyed most of it, yeah, I guess you could have done a 5 out of 10.
But also, doesn't get a confession. Weird, because I remember him exactly confessing multiple times, in fact.
Yes, I was going to say, he can't stop confessing. That's one of the things I hate about him.
But also, the movie goes to poop, Jeff.
It does go to poop. I will admit that. The third act does go to poop, Jay. Anyway, you think that was funny? Wait till you get a load of this. The greatest sin of the apology is its smugness. It believes its own minimalism is evidence of intelligence. It assumes sorrow equals insight. It mistakes restraint for artistry. But beneath the hushed tones and dim lighting is a story that has very little to say, and even less interest in saying it clearly. The film asks the audience to do all the emotional labor while it sits back and nods approvingly. By the time the credits roll, the overwhelming feeling isn't devastation or unease. It's relief. Relief that this is over and you can stop pretending this was deeper than it actually was.
I mean, I would say that, well, certainly it's not grief or whatever, because I think she kind of got a resolution to her grief, but go off, Queen. 1 out of 10. Don't bother.
I like it.
Well, after 20 minutes, I just simply decided to not suffer any more of this boring conversation. I've seen some tedious movies, but oh my, this one is right there at the top. There is nothing to get interested about. I mean, just absolutely nothing. Just boring people talking boring things to one another. Yeah, Jeff, real boring, being like, I murdered your daughter.
Yeah, I mean, the third or fourth time it is getting kind of boring, but the first few times...
I would say 20 minutes into the movie.
Pretty exciting, yeah.
Acting seemed very strange, somehow forced. Well, I guess it would be basically with basically no script or plot to speak of. But seriously, it is so bad. The snow thunder or whatever makes no sense. What kind of electrical system does this house have?
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
thunder snow is literally a thing.
Thunder snow is a thing, but I do agree that power in this house goes off disturbingly frequently.
That's not how electricity works. Lightning does not make electricity pause for a minute. I never got the implication that the lightning was making the electricity act up.
No, I don't know what was, but yeah, she should probably get that looked at.
All right, then I got one more. So
all right, I'll do my final one then. This movie is called The Apology because that's what it owes me. I went in expecting a tense holiday thriller as advertised. What I got instead was 90 minutes of people whispering in dim lighting like they're afraid the film itself might overhear them and ask for clarity about what exactly is supposed to be going on. Nothing happens. Then something almost happens. Then it stops to stare sadly into the middle distance for another 10 minutes. Then it does an action scene to make sure you're still awake, and then it goes back to staring and making you question your life choices. The dialogue sounds like it was written by someone who thinks humans speak exclusively in therapy session fragments. Every line is delivered with the intensity of a dramatic pause, even when the characters are basically saying, yes, the past was bad. Anyway, when the movie finally remembers it's supposed to be a thriller, it panics and throws in some violence like a student realizing the essay is due in 5 minutes. There's no build-up, no catharsis, just a sudden tonal whiplash back and forth that feels less like a thriller and more like a film tripping over its own seriousness. This is not a slow burn. This is a slow simmer that forgot to turn on the stove. By the end, I wasn't scared, sad, or moved. I was impressed. Impressed that a movie could be this convinced of its own depth while floating in 3 inches of thematic bathwater.
What was the line you had about the the dialogue, like people talk like they're in therapy sessions?
Yeah.
My lovely wife Andrea is currently or I guess just finished up watching Dawson's Creek.
Oh, okay.
And the way Pacey especially, I would say all of them, but the way Pacey especially talks, I literally at one point I turned and I went, I know he's your favorite character. Like I know you like Pacey, but I'm like, no teen talks like that.
No.
He talks like the most like
a psychology professor.
and they all do, but he's absolutely the worst. And then Andrea realized that I believe Kevin Williamson, who also wrote Scream.
Oh, yeah.
Also wrote a lot for Dawson's Creek. And I went, Yeah, and all the people in Scream also fucking talk like that.
Yep.
And it's one of those things that's like always kind of bugged me. I'm like, I didn't talk like that when I was a teenager.
Oh,
Like,
I know, especially in these most recent Scream movies when they're supposed to be like in college. Like college kids don't talk like this.
Like I think the more recent ones, because they've had different writers, like it's felt a little more natural.
Bit better, yeah. But no, the tone has always been off in the dialogue, especially in the older ones. Yeah,
Like I'm like, it reminds me of the Futurama, the Fry finds the Breakfast Club soundtrack, and I can't wait till I'm old enough to feel ways about stuff.
Yes.
Like if I were like 14 and watching Dawson's Creek and like watching them like have these like deep conversations with all this flowery dialogue, and I would just be sitting, I just imagine myself sitting there being like, man, I can't wait till I'm old enough to feel ways about stuff. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the target demographic. So there you go.
because I'm like, no one fucking talks like that. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. That reminded me of watching Dawson's
That triggered
Creek.
a core memory in Jay.
My last one, very similar title. Where is my apology?
Oh, nice.
Who wrote this? Who approved this? More importantly, who financed this? Well, if you watch the opening information, I think you can find all of those things.
What was it? RLJE and Shudder.
Yeah. And who wrote this? I believe Allison Starr something. Horrible, bad writing, bad overacting. Apparently they're a sheep because there is multiple A's for that bad.
Nice.
Ludicrous premise.
Yeah.
The plot is stretched, threadbare, and filled with inane dialogue and lake physical fighting. Maybe lame?
Lame, probably, yeah. I mean, yes, the fighting is kind of lame. I'll give him that.
I only watched this for Janine Garofalo.
I mean,
thumbs up.
There you go.
There isn't enough of her to make up for this awful movie.
Was this you?
Oh, no, because I wouldn't call this movie awful. I kind of enjoyed it. I can't believe I'm holding out for the ending, which has to be lame and predictable. This isn't even worth the required characters to qualify for a review, so then why are you writing it? But I want to earn others for wasting nearly 2 hours.
Yes, earn me. I wish someone would have earned me.
There are free old movies on YouTube better than this that can be watched for free. I will.
There are free movies that are better than this.
Listener, I will say that Two Front Teeth is free to watch on YouTube.
That's true. That's very true.
Maybe the greatest movie ever made. The greatest thing ever put to film.
I mean, it's definitely one of the best movies we've ever reviewed.
A Santa with clearly a pillow underneath his his suit does karate against the vampire tooth fairy that's also his brother, known as Klaus Ferratu.
Of course.
Greatest movie ever made.
I mean, putting it up, if we're going to start comparing things to Two Front Teeth, we might as well just shut down shop, Jay, because nothing's going to compare.
Nothing compares to Two Front Teeth. And I think I said to you, I don't know if I said on the podcast, like, I'm really glad that, like, Christmas Bloody Christmas is getting its due this year. I feel like a lot of people, like, were really praising that movie, and, like, I'm like, here we are, like, three years later, and people are finally, this movie's finally found its footing. When's Two Front Teeth gonna find its footing?
It's not. It's not. I mean, now, see, this is the injustice of it all. I didn't even like Christmas Bloody Christmas that much. Jay loved it. I love Two Front Teeth, and not a soul talks about that movie.
I talk about it every year. I bought a copy
Jay,
for a friend.
I think you and I might be the only people besides our friend Matt Dupay who knows that Two Front Teeth exists.
Rusty Bells on Instagram might be the one other person. Oh, what a film.
Yeah, we're getting off track.
All right, naughty list.
Nowhere. I mean,
I would say out of all the bad parents, we've got faith in A Creature Was Stirring. We've got shitty Terrence Shade. Jack might be.
I'm pretty sure Terrence Shade could kick Jack's ass.
That's where it's hard. We don't know that Terrence. You and I assume Terrence Shade killed his wife. We don't know that for certain.
We don't.
But we know that Jack at least killed somebody.
I mean, he killed a teenage girl. I mean, at least from his standpoint, accidentally. So does that even count?
So do we want? Because Faith killed her own daughter.
Yes.
So she's probably
More
ahead
dangerous,
of him.
Yes.
But it's where he
Terrence
goes.
Shade possibly killed his wife and possibly killed his children. I mean, we only have his word that he actually killed this girl. He may not have even.
Wow, what a twist. The daughter just shows up.
I honestly, I had that thought about halfway through the movie. I'm like, what if they just like ran away together and she's like waiting out in the truck where he's gonna reveal that he married her or something?
That would have been wild.
that would have been a movie.
Or just like, Mom, 20 years, you did it. You got clean. I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
I'm back.
No, that's like we came together and we thought we would teach you a lesson for getting so drunk all the time, and I just disappeared.
Shit.
No, I mean he's got to be low. I mean he's tied. I'd say he's tied for Terrence Shade's low spot on the
yeah.
totem pole.
I agree.
He's like completely incompetent. I mean he goes through all the trouble of putting away all the weapons and gives this woman a boiling hot cup of tea to throw at him of his own free will. And he loses his gun, 4 times in random scuffles?
But then is also strong enough to just break out of zip ties.
Superhumanly strong enough to break out of zip ties super quickly, even with an injured leg that he just got shot in. But yeah, somehow incompetent enough to constantly lose his gun. So yeah,
he feels like a character from a Naked Gun movie.
Yes.
Like,
no, honestly, it's funny that you mentioned that, because in the new Naked Gun, when they go to their winter cabin retreat and have to fight the demonic possessed snowman that they build in their happy montage, which you should definitely watch if you haven't.
We're working our way through the movie. I think we're on number 33 in the third right now.
I'll just tell you, Jay, that they're having an orgy, which at first the snowman is allowed to participate in. But then they decide they're more interested in each other. And so the snowman, because of course Liam Neeson has asthma, and so he empties his inhaler out so that when he's chasing him, he can't catch his breath. I won't spoil anything else about the snowman for you, but
amazing.
The atmosphere and the way it was shot was exactly like this movie. But no, he's like he's Terrence Shade bitch made level. He's like garbage, one step above garbage.
Speaking of garbage, it's this.
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
Pringles Mingles Cinnamon Sugar.
Oh.
The Pringle guy, I don't know.
He's branching out.
Eustace Pringle, I don't know what his name, Mr. Pringle.
Beauregard Pringle.
Is wearing a Santa hat, so I assume it's Christmas themed.
Thank you, Beauregard Pringle.
Chips Ahoy chewy cookie butter inspired.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. Oh, speaking of, so my mom makes Oreo balls. This year she made Biscoff butter cookie balls, which were really good.
Oh my gosh.
Also, I wanted to say thank you for the treats you gave me, even though my nieces and nephews ate almost all of them. They were good, though.
Hot cocoa kisses.
Well, now that that's over. Did you try the Lindor truffle things for this year, the holiday assortment?
The only one I like whichever one this one is. I think it's cookie butter and peppermint or something.
Oh, so they had a regular chocolate one too, and it had a hot cocoa one that was really good with like a cream center.
Kit Kat peppermint stick when you're done getting some kisses.
Oh boy, a few kisses.
And then the whole reason I bought that fucking advent calendar of goddamn
Trash.
Red Bulls.
Trash.
Those Red Bull advent calendars where I gave all the Red Bulls that I didn't want to my coworkers was so we could each get one Red Bull pomegranate. Which only came in the Red Bull advent calendar.
Those bastards. I thought for a second there, I thought you were going to say you got another thing from the Oreo people. And I was like, no, I tasted that shit for a week afterwards, Jay. I'm not doing that again.
Jeff, here's I'm trying to think of like here's fruitcake Oreos.
No.
Here's sugar plum Oreo. That actually sounds like it might be bad.
Here's Christmas honey ham Oreo for you, Jeff.
Oh yeah, that would be it. Here's champagne. Here's New Year's champagne Oreo.
Oh God. Gotta unwrap some of these kisses. All right, what do you want to try first?
Let's do the cookie. Why not?
Cookie.
I don't know, it doesn't have any special information on it.
Are these supposed to be soft and chewy?
I think they're supposed to be soft and
Because
chewy.
they're brittle and breaky.
That's how. That sounds about right for a Chips Ahoy product.
Oh, flavor's not bad.
This might be the best Chips Ahoy thing I think we've had.
Mm-hmm. No, solid. I like it.
I am willing to admit that maybe I like to keep this stuff in the fridge.
Mm.
That maybe being cold, they got a little hard, so maybe that's on me.
I don't know. They taste good. Yeah, this is probably the most solid thing we've had from them. I'd agree.
What do you think the little white chocolate chips are?
I don't know.
Unclear. Doesn't say anywhere on the
Doesn't say
packaging.
anything. It could just be white chocolate.
That's what I'm assuming, because otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I would call them like. I guess I would assume either white chocolate or marshmallow.
Yeah, they do have a little bit of a hint of marshmallow.
But I think it's white chocolate probably. Well, let's pop some of these Pringles mingles. I'm Pringle and ready to mingle.
I'm mingling.
Right off the bat, smell delicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I can see myself eating a bag of these.
That's the thing. Do you think these would be better? Like, I like this flavor too, kind of a churro kind of thing. Do you think this would be better as a
Cereal?
No, ooh, that's a good thought. I think these would be great as a cereal. Savory flavor. This is kind of a sweet flavor. Do you think this would?
I could see that.
You think this like if there was like a sour cream and onion one of these?
Yeah, I could see that being good. They almost got like the consistency of like a cheese puff, like a Cheetos cheese puff.
Yeah, it's like a sweet cheese puff or something.
I like it.
Which I guess they do the sweet Cheetos sometimes. So, no, not bad. All right, let's you want to crack open
Let's crack open the old Red Bull.
the festive edition, the taste of pomegranate.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, it's even technically called Red Bull Festive Edition.
Nice. That's not bad.
It smells like pomegranate.
Solid.
I think that's a flavor they've done before. So
Yeah.
like it's not new, but
It was mixed with something else before, I think.
I think it's been a long time too. So
Like berry pomegranate, maybe like 5 years ago.
this would be really good with with a mixer, like with some vodka or something.
Oh boy, Jay didn't learn anything from this movie. Did he?
I got an expensive bottle of vodka up in my room.
It's burning a hole in my pocket.
I was also expecting the vodka to come back. I was, everything we've said about the movie. There was part of me who was like, is she gonna like Molotov cocktail him with the vodka,
That would have been poetic. to
or like
use.
immolates him? Like she throws it at him at one point, and he's like, and he kind of gets covered in it, and then she like lights him on fire with like the embers from the French textbook or something.
Now, that would have been like poetic justice, because alcohol partially caused this, and then alcohol fixes the problem. That would have been really good.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing some.
Oh no,
kisses?
we can do Kit Kats. I'm fine. I was just unwrapping Kit Kats while we were talking.
I mean, it looks like peppermint bark.
Yeah, peppermint stick. That's it.
Looks like your mama's peppermint bark, Jay.
Ugh. And not my mom's.
I hope not.
Zombie peppermint
I was gonna
bark.
say zombie peppermint bark. That's not good. Unless it is. Return of the
Forbidden peppermint bark.
Return of the Living Dead style peppermint bark.
Oh my god. That's phenomenal. What is so impressive about Kit Kats, truly, is that like you get the wafer and you get the crunch from that, but I wouldn't even like I think if someone like a blind taste test, I don't even know if I would be able to necessarily tell you this is a Kit Kat. Like that's how good this is.
No, I agree. Very solid. Very peppermint bark style flavor.
All right, now for the worst thing. I'm just assuming right off the bat that these hot cocoa kisses.
Almost certainly going to be the worst thing.
Oh, stop kissing me! Oh, stop! Oh, So it's supposed to be marshmallow in the middle?
I kind of taste it.
I got it like briefly, but it was overpowered by this shitty Hershey's chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tastes like Hershey's chocolate.
Yep, tastes like strong, overpowering shitty Hershey's chocolate. All right, well, for me, that's bottom.
Tastes like my childhood. Also shitty candy.
I mean, yeah. What are you talking about? We had great stuff when we were kids.
Maybe you did, Jay. Some of us had to suffer. They're just as good.
No,
they're not.
I mean, I wish we could go back in time and like Sobe, Lizard Fuel or whatever the pink one. Surge,
Venom. I miss my snakes.
What was the Orbits or whatever? Not the gum, the drink with the balls in it.
Yeah. Honestly, not bad. I mean, it's Hershey's chocolate,
Yeah, it's
so you know what you're getting.
It's more that you can't really taste the marshmallow. Like you get it briefly. Like I got a hint of it.
Yeah, but no, I'd say bottom for that.
Honestly, I think which I think maybe that's what they're telling you to do on the package. Oh no, it's a brownie. I think if you put that in your hot cocoa, that might be really good. I think if you unwrapped a couple of those and dipped them in your hot, that might taste all right.
Yeah.
I'd say next would probably be the cookie.
I'm gonna go actually and say the Kit Kat is next for me, and then the cookies above that.
And then, see, I think for me, probably top is either the pomegranate Red Bull or the Kit Kat, and then Pringles is like the Pringles Mingles is.
I'd say the Pringles Mingles are top for me, and then the Red Bull.
Sorry, not too different.
No,
and I'm nothing overly bad. Like I said,
no.
I think there'd be something fun you could do with these kisses. There might be this Red Bull might be good as a mixer for something.
I would buy all of these products if they were available. Yeah, there's nothing on here I'd be like, oh, that's terrible.
If these kisses would just stop kissing me.
Yeah. So many damn kisses.
Yeah, get in there.
Don't you know we're married?
All right, I locked the kisses away.
Thank God.
Jeff, they're rocking. They're trying to get out.
You know what they say when something's a rocking, Jeff.
Uh-oh. When the Joe Bob coolers are rocking, that means there's kisses in there.
Oh, boy.
All right, anyway. Man, one of these days we're going to get kicked off the Christmas Podcast Network for dumb shit like this.
We got to, eventually.
But it's not right now. We're proud to be part of the Christmas Podcast Network. Go check them out. Like I've said a couple times, Weird Christmas has finally started up. Craig Kringle started updating stuff again. I really love Weird Christmas, kind of an inspiration for this podcast because the Christmas Podcast Network as a whole, but I was a really big Weird Christmas fan. And early on, I was kind of like, would anyone listen to a Christmas podcast? But people, I learned there's a whole network about them. So,
yes. And now that we have tens of fans.
Tens of fan. We cloned Spencer. There's 10 of them.
11. So we can say we have 10.
Follow us on social media. We're all the places at Horror4Holidays. That's horror, the number 4 holidays. Send us an email for our Garbage Day segment so we can stop eating garbage. We might not stop, but we could if you sent an email. horrorfortheholidays@gmail.com.
We haven't been able to stop in the last 30 odd years, so not very little chance of it happening, but we'll see. YouTube.com/horrorfortheholidays. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell so you know when we post stuff. Leave us 5-star reviews on all the podcatchers. Say 0 stars if I could, so we know you're a real sicko who listens to all the episodes.
The real sickos now.
Oh, and if you want to hear more of contentious Jeff, drop that in the reviews because I can get way more contentious.
You know what? If this continues too long, we're gonna do Two Front Teeth again, and I'm gonna make contentious Jeff tear down Two Front Teeth.
I could.
Impossible.
It would hurt me inside, Jay, but I'd be strong enough to do it.
I don't remember what else we do here.
We do all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can check out the stocking stuffers. Check out our friend Mike Lombardo's movie is in its final stretch. So if you got any last minute cash you want to throw at the Dead Format Indiegogo campaign, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I got a over there on the shelf behind you, Jeff. I got that video castle box with White Doomsday 2, a fake movie that doesn't exist.
Once again, the betrayal stacks on betrayals. He got the movie that I wanted.
All right, Jeff, if you get fucking Leprechaun.
Oh my god. See, that would be good.
That I believe. I mean, Mike has kind of said if he makes another movie, he's gonna actually make Leprechaun.
That would be great. I'd fund that.
I would too. It'd be fantastic.
But yeah, go over there if you can toss them a few dollars. I know they're in their last main shoot. Is coming up real quick. So if you got any last minute contributions you could throw in, I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated.
But yeah, otherwise, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week with a stocking stuffer for our annual Horror for the Holidays Christmas party.
It's our,
as we already talked about.
Yes, it's our Lunar New Year's Christmas party.
And we'll give a hint about what the next movie will be. And I'm excited.
Oh boy.
I think Jeff is either excited or terrified.
I don't know. We'll have to see what contentious Jeff thinks of this movie.
Oh, I think contentious Jeff will love this movie.
He could.
Anyways, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.